It's an exciting time for architecture and the humanities. There really is a lot of emerging work in the humanities on architectural space and occupancy practice. I think we have an exciting opportunity to bring together work in ethnomusicology, in literature, in architectural history. So when we think about everyday spaces, we want to approach them from a number of angles. And what these conversations allow us to do is broaden our understanding of architectural actors. So, yes, we're talking about architects and builders and engineers, but we're also talking about the writers who talk about changes in architecture, or people who live in spaces and dramatically change its function, housing reformers. So we really want to think about architectural actors in the broadest possible way. The Humanities Institute brings together a range of transdisciplinary projects, people from different fields, and I think we have a really exciting opportunity here to gather just a number of scholars and public thinkers. Right now we have a network of both local scholars from ethnomusicology, architecture, literature, and art history. But we also have partners in Australia, the US, Germany, the UK. And I think the Humanities Institute also gives us a really unique opportunity to invite the public into this discussion. So we have a lot of public events planned. So we want to do an architecture and literature walking tour. We want to think about underground music venues and the shape that those take in Dublin and why. Those are all activities that really require a space like the Humanities Institute to host and bring those voices together. This project is important because it gives us a chance to think about space through a number of critical lenses and voices. Right? We've done a lot of thinking about how the built landscape affects the humanities and art forms. But I also want to suggest that the humanities and literature and art can have an effect on the material shape of architecture as well. We can raise new possibilities about domestic space through literature, through art. So we want to think about the reciprocal relationship between architectural practice and cultural practice. And we want to rethink the way we conceptualize our domestic spaces and our professional spaces and public places. How are these made? How are the regulations that shape the way we move through space determined and constructed, but also where do reform efforts come from? What's possible in these spaces? When and how are things renovated and changed?